Hey guys, we're here again playing HB Glacier with some Grails up against Noiseshop. He's probably going to have Imp, so I probably don't keep these Adonis campaigns this early without anything to protect them. I'm going to mull this despite having the early Jackson. That's fine. That is fine. Oh, now it's great. Yeah, that's actually very nice. Okay, so we can do maybe even overscore this Vitruvius, which lets us save agendas from Noise's ability. Yeah, so dump some Merlin. We did want that, but oh well. Hedge fund wanted that one too. Wow. Not draw from him again. Heimdall 2. Probably good for the remote. Probably not good at all right now. Well, if he would run R&D, that would be incredible, but there's no way he's going to run R&D. Now that we've told him we're playing Merlins, and he's seen a Merlin in the trash, he's not going to run until he's got some safety. Question is, can we make each central too punishing for him to run? Maybe. Like if we would get like a Merlin on each server or like a Big Ice. Next bronze, that's okay. It's an Eve campaign. Let's actually tick that down. I'm gonna just try to seal off the servers. And we'll take a nice long time to take this Heimdall while we stabilize. He has exactly 4 cards, but we still want to get rid of all his cards. Pew, pew. Clone Ship, Corroder, Incubator, Deja Vu. That was a good hit. But he'll now Parasite this Merlin, so that's probably the only hit it will ever do. Okay. Protect the Eve campaign. That's all we gotta do. Probably wants that sucker, so we're gonna let him come in. Give him a 1 and 4 at these cards. Yeah. I kind of wanted to run again because there's not great odds for him to steal. Yeah, he's gonna bide his time. We're gonna start getting some money. Let's play out the other Eve. Let's draw. There's a Jackson. That's pretty good. Let's crack the restructure. So this could lose to Imp. So I wouldn't mind having a small ice on top of it. It's really not getting a ton of steam. Ooh, there goes a Pryrac. All right. Lancelot. Sure. Let's double draw. There's twins. Okay. What goes where now? Or we just discard this? I think we just discard this. Yeah, seems fine. Worried about Shard a little bit. I'm gonna throw back these two and I'll throw back the Merlin. Actually, now I don't mind rezzing this. If we can put something on it, even the Lancelot is fine. The Virus Purge card could be good here. The Cyberdex Trial. Wouldn't really mind putting one of those in here. Oi, get out. He's coming for my grails, is what he's doing. We're gonna purge next turn. We kind of like our cards. Yeah, let's play this here. We're gonna have a hard time getting the twins to connect. What I think. There's an Eli. That's actually pretty strong. We should have drawn first. I'm pretty bad for that. If you're gonna draw, you should draw first, because maybe the Eli is better here. Actually, it's probably better here because it has the strength. So this game we're actually in pretty stable. He's doing his noise, non-interactive type thing, but we have two Eves ticking, and we're going to be filthy rich very, very soon. Adonis campaign, okay. Can feed that to him. But the twins, sure. He's probably not going to come here without a parasite fully loaded. Question mark is we want to purge him at any point. I'm not sure what the answer to that is. He's probably going to stockpile his I've had worse and just blast through this and just end up with more cards than he started with. Like, we potentially play this, reveal Merlin, now it's 4 damage and he comes in again for... Ooh. Yeah, here comes the imp. We could have purged this imp. Gets our business show. Probably want to imp that. No, he's going to pay for it. No, he's going to use imp. Okay. Thought he might pay credits for that and go again to try something else. Like he wants to kill my grails, right? Yeah. Not the Jackson, please. He hits the Jackson. Okay. So this is where this deck becomes awkward. You want to hold your ice in hand, but you also want to ice your remotes against imp. You just can't have enough ice. But we are getting a strange draw to see this many Ash and Twins early. Another Pyrrhec, okay. We have no choice but to play this one. And I think we also have to double draw. Throw up this Pyrrhec. What we got in here? 5 points. Yeah, we're going to send back Vitruvius, Pyrrhec, and Jackson. So will he imp the Adonis campaign? I'll probably just pay to trash it. Or ignore it completely. Inject. Pretty good inject. Hits a lot of relevant things for him. He wants those parasite. He wants the parasite back, definitely. Yeah, he's gonna go trash the Adonis, which makes sense. See, there's no point in doing anything else so that we still manage to break even and he's spending his imp token. We just have no space in remotes for it. It's another imp. Yikes. All right, we're gonna have to protect for at least a turn. We want the Ichi here. We know he has David, so it's not the worst. Get another Ash. Why not? We have Ash everywhere. Another very nice inject. All right, so here's the point where we both know that I'm going to try to score an agenda. And we know he has David, and this Heimdall 2 gets broken by David. There goes the parasite. So let's think about our play here. We can play double Heimdall 2. I assume he's building up for a medium dig. So we either let him dig, which is honestly not that exciting to me. Or we delay our scoring to reinforce his server, or we purge, which is a very temporary solution. We know he can parasite us again. I really don't want to purge. I would love to have the purge card available, because then if he'd run, we could, when he approaches it, we can just burn all his virus tokens, and then he would get zapped by this pretty hard. But we don't have that, so I think we want something who's going to medium dig us, and we want to probably play Vitruvius, play the second Heimdall here, and play the Ichi in front. Then the Ichi can maybe do some things. He's going to be on 6 credits, so we can definitely push this Vitruvius through. The advancement token is helpful to us. And Heimdall 2 should be able to hold the fort reasonably well. along with this Eli. Yeah. Twins are not going to do anything, unfortunately. As it turns out, they would have been better here because we could do a double Heimdall too. But it's not meant to be. Thing is, he probably has I've had worse in his hand anyway, so the odds this does a lot of work for us are not fantastic. He hasn't played any of them yet, but he probably plays 3. Or at least 2. So let's go with that plan. We're going to play the Vitruvius in the remote. Going to play our Ichi out in front. And we're going to play the Heimdall 2 out here. So thanks to our giant amounts of campaign money, this is feeling decent to me. So we're going to think about whether we're going to over-advance this Vitruvius or not. We've already used 2 Jacksons, and we only have 1 Archive, so our recursion is getting thin. We would definitely have good uses for those Vitruvius tokens. But it also slows us down to over-advance it, because otherwise we just triple advance, and then we install and score this out. We could have both of them scored in the next 3 turns. Mimic is good for him. It's going to negate this Ichi. I think, well, how good is Purge here? Purge means he has to run here or here, but we have a Priork in hand. We don't really want him to run here. Purge makes him parasite one of these 2 things. Put 2 Ash in the same server, and then you can, if the first try succeeds, then they can come back and you res a second Ash. It's kind of fun. This is not super clear, but we'll try to do it. So it's, yeah, that's probably fine. So he's on $6. He's probably just going to wait and bide his time until he can do a medium dig. So what he wants to do. The other nice thing you can do with these Vitruvius tokens is you can pull your Grails back into your hand. So if he encountered a Grail Ice, we could pull out of our discard pile to show a bunch of them, and then the twins, it's a nice interaction there. So these tokens will definitely come in handy for a variety of things. Clone ship, 5 sucker tokens, big issues for us. Now he gets David or he gets Parasite. And he has the answers. Medium in there? No, at least medium's not there yet, but it's probably in his hand, since he's drawn almost his whole deck right now. There's a Yogg. Okay. So this next bronze we never bother rezzing, which is fortunate because it's not going to do anything. We're never going to get enough of these rezzed. We're only actually playing 2 next bronze, so that's never the plan. They're just like a $1 more quandary that has 1 more strength. Okay, he's going to just let that go. And we're going to let him dig, because it's going to cost him enough. And 2 Vitruvius tokens is pretty strong for us. We can just keep putting ice back again if we lose our ice, or we can save our agendas. All around going to do work for us. Oops. The only question is, was it too slow? Yes. And should we purge next turn? Probably not, because he can just run archives 4 times. But he would be scared of Ichis potentially, so there's that. It's no res this one. I want to see if we can get him into the... He's going to kill this, and then he's going to use his tokens up. And that's fine. So there's a beta test. Whoops. He's going to use 3 tokens, I assume. And we'll just do a little tax on him. He loses $2. Can't complain too much about that. So he did not imp the top card. What does that mean? Another clone chip. Okay. Wants to save his imp, or what does he want to do? He just wants me to draw a hedge fund since it's no good to me. Well, that's fair. So our options now are... the mediums are presumably still in his hand or thereabouts. We could get beta test back and get an ice back and go from there. Could search toll booth. Well, it dies to parasite. Everything dies to parasite. Let's it's on $7. He's going to be on not much more than that. I'm going to let him do his thing on the R&D. Because I don't really want to install the Adonis or play the hedge fund. I think taking the beta test into the remote and installing Ichi in front is also fine. But if we can get either of these Heimdall's res for free, we'll be pretty far ahead. Yeah, there's the medium. So he's not got enough tokens to kill this outright. So I will pay for this. He'll probably just click through it, take a brain. But he might get the David. I would probably click through and take a brain. Yeah. Hit Corroder, so that's actually decent since this is a barrier. Does he score? He does get one agenda, but having to click through is still fairly slow. So he's going to be able to get 1 token, 2 tokens, run here and kill Heimdall. So Heimdall's dead next turn. Unless we purge or we could reinforce him. I actually like purge this turn. Does a couple things for us. Gets rid of the imp, gets rid of the suckers, which makes Heimdall live, and gets rid of the takes the pressure off from this medium. I think that was probably the best time to purge we'll ever have this game. There's not a giant rush on this remote because it's still fairly safe. Especially once we've purged, the ET becomes a bigger threat. In the worst case, we're going to be able to use this for hedge funds or restructures. So I'm curious now what his line is. Is he going to run the remote? Or he's just going to start doing it for another medium dig? Okay, that makes some sense. If he can keep me from drawing any more agendas, he can try to win that way. But now's where things get dicey regarding the shard, because if he has the shard, he can blow us out. There's 4 points in there. All right, let's count influence. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 13. So there's 2 left, which means you could play quality time. No, he's playing a third pawn shop, right? So 6, 12, 15. Okay, so he's not playing the shard. He's got to be on 3 pawn shops. So we can leave these here safely for a long time. Sucker Parasite makes sense. He needs a way through this Heimdall 2.0, which is probably parasiting it. He could even use the incubator to boost Parasite. That's pretty reasonable. I wonder what he thinks this is. He might think it's Ash Caprice, but having seen the Grails, he probably is not going to think it's Caprice. Excuse me. Alright, so this is a deck where I'm fairly happy to be playing HB, because you get these big Bioroids that take a while to parasite. Get a free Heimdall 2. That's satisfactory. We probably just pitch the Merlin. I don't think it's that great anymore. The rest of these ice are all beefy enough, and we can afford to use them, that I'm quite happy to see it. So let's think about our strategy next turn. He's going to have some number of sucker tokens, and he wants to challenge this remote against our... Alright, well, this is going to be a little awkwardly timed, but we're going to use the token, and we're going to save beta test. And we're going to use the other token, and we're going to save another beta test. Okay, so our big advantage is that he's pretty poor. He hasn't really been recurring cash. He's been recurring other stuff or just not playing a ton of other things. Is he playing daily cast in there? Or how many? He's got one daily cast left. Probably. One deja vu left, almost certainly. I don't know if I like these Armitages that much. Like, they're okay, but they take a lot of clicks. Tough call for him now, because he cannot really go on the remote. He really just has to try for medium, but it takes so long against a 7 strength Heimdall. Really, his problem is not being able to kill my campaigns much earlier. That's how we could have all this money. He's out of clone chips. He conceivably has one David left. Pretty good chance he has one David. So this booth might end up just costing him 3, because he can use either the Yogg Sucker, whereas the Heimdall requires him to have it, or click click. I like the toll booth. I feel like the Ichi is probably the best compromise here. It's going to cost me not too much, but it will cost him enough that running twice will be basically impossible for him. So he has to come and get it out of my HQ, which is going to be hard with no imps to reduce my hand. And the Ash sitting on top of it. He's going to have to just do his luck with medium dig, I think. So 3, 6, 8, 10, 12. There's actually a lot of points in R&D. We can certainly lose an R&D here. This could maybe have gone here. Hard to say. Yeah, no, I think I overprotected this. I think this should have gone here. I always get antsy about, like, David and that sort of thing, but the incubator is a huge threat, and it's very easy to overlook it and say, okay, it's not doing anything right now, but it's so flexible. You can either see 5 cards with medium, or you can just blow up this Heimdall and get 3 accesses. Yeah, I think overall I like playing this Heimdall here, or the toll booth here, better than putting the Ichi on the outside. Because we have enough money that the Ash should hold the fort quite nicely. Even if he has Stim Hack, which is definitely something he could have, we'd probably still be in the clear. So I think we're leaving a weakness here that we don't need to leave. Even the booth costs him $3, and that's probably enough. Yeah, he's got a pretty good chance to win here. 1 click. Yeah. So we're going to get a brain in him, but he's going to get to go through and see 5 cards. So either he'll win with these 5 cards or we'll win. But I think we could have put the odds in our favor a little more. Oh, he gets 2 Prirex. Wow. Yep. I think that's a misplay on our part. Other line is stronger. Yeah. Thanks for watching, guys.